We have pretty strong internal controls in our accounting department, and I'm not sure who to ask to collect receivables. I love these questions that can apply both to for-profit and nonprofit organizations. Because nonprofit organizations out there, if you have an income stream that includes donations and you don't have any pledges, boy, are you missing a huge income stream. So antennae up, my friends. Should it be, so the person collecting receivables, should it be the person who maintains the relationship with the party who owes us? Should it be the bookkeeper who has the records of the receivables? Should it be the person who charges the credit cards of the people who pay us? I love that you ask me, that you frame this in the context of we have pretty strong internal controls. Nice going. Because the last thing you want is to have a breach of internal controls by collapsing authorization, record keeping, and custody, which are the three roles that need to be separated in a strong internal control environment. The last thing you want is to all of a sudden be smooshing these together in one person. The answer is you have a couple people work in concert, which is why this wasn't coming clear to you. It wasn't clear to you because you were thinking which one should do it. The answer is it's a team approach, and here's how. So first of all, the bookkeeper, player number one. The bookkeeper tees up the information, sets and spikes it over to the next player. Now, maybe volleyball isn't the greatest metaphor here. A relay. Yes, a relay around the track. That's a better metaphor. So the bookkeeper is the first runner in this relay. And the bookkeeper runs and with the receivables information. Hey, here's a starting place. This receivable has aged past company policy, or past an expectation, or past the donor's intended pay date, or whatever it is that specifies an agreement. This one is close to it, or this one has passed it. So first is the bookkeeper with the flair. There I go, mixing metaphors again. Handoff to, now this can hand off to a relationship person. It can be the person that has the relationship with the person who owes you money. So in the for-profit world, it could be a salesperson. It's a little weird to have a salesperson making a collection call, but it could be that the situation could make sense. It could be, if in a nonprofit world, the person charged with fundraising and development. The person who holds the relationship may make a lot of sense for that person to reach out and make an inquiry. Once that inquiry has been made, once there's communication, then there's the final handoff. The baton is passed to the person who then pulls the payment. Pulls it from the bank account, charges the credit card, sends a PayPal link, sends a link to the website or the event fundraiser or whatever it is. Here it is. Here is how you can pay us. So that's why you were thinking, my gosh, I don't know which one, because there are three separate roles, and in a really strong internal control environment, it's a team approach. So make sure they're communicating well. What I'm not going into right now is what exactly should be communicated, because A, that question wasn't asked, and B, boy, would we be here all day. So if anybody does have that question, we could absolutely discuss it, and I will share with you my take on effective collection practices. In fact, I even teamed up with a professional in a professional collections agency. We co-authored an article for the New Jersey CPA magazine a few months ago. And I'm pausing, thinking, gosh, I think it was more than a few months ago, maybe a year ago already, to collaborate on an article for best practices in collections. So just be aware of one thing. In certain cases, it makes sense for a salesperson to reach out to a non-paying customer, a customer with an aged receivable. And here's really why. If that person is also charged with customer service, which in smaller organizations, those roles are sometimes combined. The first thing you want to ask is everything going okay with our products and services? You don't want to try to strong arm somebody into a payment. You get to the core of it. So sometimes the salesperson, especially if that person doubles as a customer service rep, is in a really good position to dig more deeply and find out what's at the core of the non-payment. If it was an oversight, fine, pass that torch. Sorry, wrong metaphor. Pass the baton, pass the baton to the person who can pull the payment. And also a salesperson can have really good negotiating skills. So the salesperson may be in a position of authorization to authorize some kind of a lower payment in order to consider this obligation fulfilled. One of the things that I do want to mention here is that whatever this process is in your organization, get it documented and make sure everybody's clear. The handoff is really essential. Communication is essential. And as people come and go, in the organization, they're going to need to be clear on where their role starts, as well as where their role ends and a handoff is required. Not every organization treats this process the same way. Different organizations have different levels of internal controls. Different organizations have made different decisions about how to handle this process. So definitely get this documented. Have great communication across your team, and bring in those receivables. Because social change demands financial sustainability. Leaving a legacy demands financial sustainability. And none of that financial sustainability is created on the backs of receivables that stay perpetually open.